Hey, welcome. This is the call to action, episode one of my new podcast. I'm going to be doing these call to action videos to tell you what's going on in the tax world. As you may know, my name is Attorney Stephen Leahy. I help people with IRS problems. I am the host of the IRS Radio Hour, heard every Sunday at 5 o'clock on AM 560, The Answer. Also, the host of the Trust Radio Network, where this is what happens the first time. Why is it okay? So this is what happens. Okay, so but I wanted to take today. I wanted to take a couple of minutes uh, to for the first episode of Call to Action and let you know about a new program that's out there. That I was at a meeting today here at the Bannockburn Green of all the vendors, or actually the tenants here at the shopping center, Bannockburn Green, where my new office is. My new office is here at Bannockburn Green. So we're meeting with them and met some people. We met at the coffee house here, Newport Coffee House, and I had an opportunity to meet the owner. I was talking to her, and I let her know about the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. And she said, "What? What is the Restaurant Revitalization Fund?" And I thought, well, this is something I have to tell people. They should know about the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. So she was eligible. So I wanted to at least take a couple of minutes, talk to you about the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. Let me see if I can get this up on my computer here, and we could talk about it. And I could at least go over the. Now this is a 28. Get this, $28 billion fund that's out there for people who owned a restaurant. Okay, during COVID, it's designed to replenish, to replace your lost profits. Yes, and it's a grant. It's not a loan. It's from the SBA, but it's not a loan. It's a grant. They're going to give you money, right? They want you to have the money to that you lost from COVID. Okay, so again, this is the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. I'm going to go into here. Here it is. Here I'm at sba.org.gov actually, and I'm going to put my glasses on because I can't see very well. So this is sba.gov/funding dash programs. I don't want to give you it's up on top. I'll provide it. Give me a call, 312-664-6649, and I'll give you this link. I'll tell you exactly where it is. But I just wanted to go over some of the important characteristics of this. So let's talk about this. Program details. Okay, federal guidelines require that we provide the same and equal information to each applicant. Okay, so I'm not going to go through that. Fairness is what. Now here it is. Who can apply? Okay, so let's see if we can get what it is first. This fund again is $28 billion. Is available to provide. They're going to look at your 2019 income, your gross receipts, and then they're going to compare that to your 2020 gross receipts, and the difference is what they're making available to restaurant owners. Now, even if your restaurant went out of business, it's available for you. Okay, so again, a lot of people, as we know, a lot of people did run out of business. So who can apply? Restaurants, food stands, food trucks, food carts, caterers, bars, saloons, lounges, taverns, snack and non-alcoholic beverage bars, bakeries, pubs, breweries, wineries, inns, licensed facilities on premises of beverage alcohol producers. So that's almost anybody who has any kind of. I think it's 33%. Here it is. On-site sales of food and beverage to the public comprise at least 33% of your gross sales. So if that's you, then you qualify. How do you apply? You go on the SBA.gov. There is a portal that you can apply at right there on SBA.gov, and you can apply for this. Now, what do you need? Gross receipts documentation. Okay, so first, verification for tax information. IRS forms 4506T, complete and signed by applicant. That's the form that allows them to pull your tax records, your tax returns. Okay, when you're going for a mortgage, you have to fill out this form and give it to them, and gives them the authority to pull your tax return so they can have tax information. So even the government is not allowed to just pull your tax information without a reason and without your authorization. So that's what that does. It gives them the authorization to pull your tax records. And they're going to compare gross receipts, documentation, any of the following documents demonstrating gross receipts and, if applicable, eligible expenses. Business tax returns, IRS Forms 1040, Schedule C. Now, Schedule C is for people who are in a corporation. They run the business as a sole proprietor. All of their business information is going to be found on Schedule C of the 1040 tax return. Partnerships, bank statements, these types of documents. These are the kind of things that they're going to use to verify what your income was in 2019 and what you lost in 2020. Okay, when to apply? I'd say now. Now's the time. They just opened up. It says day 1 through 21, but actually this program was put out on March 10th. So here we are, 2 months later, and really they're just starting to open it. Okay, so I saw today that 180,000 people have already applied, but you can apply. And so now's the time to apply. Apply today. Apply now. Don't wait. There's only so much money. Remember the PPP program, when that first came out, all that money was gone, fairly quickly. And they had to refund. They had to replenish that fund, and then because all the bigwigs took all the money up front, and they had to replenish it in order for the smaller business people to get their share of that money. So this money's out there. Don't wait. Get in line. Get your end. Okay. So priority groups. They had women, veterans, minorities, socially and economic disadvantaged got to go first. But that period's over. Okay, so now it's open to everybody. Funding amount. For detailed information, let's talk 2019 gross receipts minus the 2020 gross receipts, minus any PPP loans you got. So if you got some PPP loans, they're not going to give you that money. Okay, so that's going to come off. You're not going to get it twice. So that's going to come off. But still, the difference between your 2019 receipts and the 2020 receipts minus the PPP money. I think that's amazing. What's the minimum and maximum amounts? Okay, for the maximum amounts, where am I here? SBA may provide funding up to $5 million per location, not to exceed $10 million total. But many people that I'm talking to here, you're not worried about $5 million. You might want $100,000 or $500,000, something like that. That's what you lost. I have a client who actually, I was talking to him. He's the one that told me about this, and I'm in on all this stuff. I've got all this information coming at me, and I didn't even hear about it. About right after, I think this was March 8th, March 10th, somewhere right around when they implemented this. I was on the phone with him because he's a client of mine, and I'm helping him with some landlord issues. And the COVID landlord issues. And he told me about this restaurant revitalization, and I started looking into it. I'm like, this is unbelievable. Now, again, wherever you are in the political spectrum, okay, and some people are against the government giving a lot of this money away, as I am, I think. But whether you get it or somebody else, they're giving it away. Okay, so you better get in line, right? And I blame the government for this COVID stuff. And if they're going to give you some money, again, you're not going to save the world by refusing it. They're going to give it to somebody else. So my own opinion is you should get in line and get the money if you have it coming. And again, if you have a restaurant, the chances are you have it coming. Very few. Now some did. Some people didn't lose any money during the COVID, but most restaurants, we all know, most restaurants were closed, shuttered, and there was really nothing they could do. The one client I was talking about has more of a destination restaurant, and it's not something that you can really have carryouts and things like that. Those just don't make money that way. So allowable use of funds, business payroll costs, payments on business mortgage obligations, business rent payments, business debt service, business utility payments, business maintenance expenses, construction of outdoor seating, business supplies, business food and beverage expenses, covered supplier costs, business operating expenses. So almost everything that you need for your business, that's what you can fund with this money that's the grants. What to expect after you've applied. As outlined, Congress, SBA will review applications from priority applications groups first. Again, that date's over. Applicants who have submitted non-priority applications will remain in review status while priority applicants are processed during the first 21 days. Again, that 21 days is over. We do not anticipate communicating with applicants in review status during this period. Following a successful application submission, all applications will enter IRS verification status. This process may take up to 7 days and allows the SBA to validate your application submission. So that's fairly quickly, right? How many get, as the PPP loans went fairly quickly. And I was surprised at how fast they got that money to people who needed it. And so it looks like this, they're trying to copy, go on that success and do the same thing here for this grant for restaurants. Okay. So, there's a lot more information here. I didn't want to spend a lot of time going through each and every because I guess the statute, you should see the statute. It's very detailed and very large about the details of this program. But just this information that I just shared with you, this is amazing. Okay, so if you're running a restaurant, I'm just going to go through this one more time about who can apply, because this is the key, right? Let me blow this up a little bit so maybe you can see it. Okay, and I can see it as I told you. So who can apply? Restaurants, food stands, food trucks, food carts, caterers, bars, saloons, lounges, taverns, snack and non-alcoholic beverage bars, bakeries, brew pubs, tasting rooms, tap rooms, breweries, microbreweries, wineries, distilleries, inns, and licensed facilities of premises of beverage alcohol producers where the public may taste, sample, or purchase products. So again, if you're serving food or beverage and you've had this problem, you can contact them. Now, the next episode, I think I'm going to talk about the venue services. There's a whole nother program out there that's geared towards venues. So if you have a band, now many places that are venues may also qualify for this restaurant, but maybe you don't make 33% of your money on beverages and things. Well, if you get it, movie theaters, other venues, there's a whole nother grant program out there for them, and we'll talk about that in the future issues of this show. Call to action. Okay, so I'm going to finish up there. I think it's important that I got this out there today. Because as I said, I was talking to someone in the restaurant business who's in need, right? How many people that own restaurants that aren't in need, right? We're all in need. So let's get out there. Let's get this for people. If you need any information, if you need any help, you should call me at 312-664-6649. Again, that number is 312-664-6649. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to do this quickly. So, but this is important, and that's why I wanted to let you know on it. So I'm going to get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of this. Oh boy, here we go. I'm back in the bar. The green screen is awesome. So here I am. This is what I've been building for several years now, to get me in a studio where when something important happens, I could just turn on the camera, address people live, tell them what's going on, provide that information to you. So that's, as you know, I'm on a lot of radio. Maybe you don't know, but I'm on a lot of radio stations, right? I appear on David Hochberg's Home Sweet Home Chicago. I appear on my own show, as I mentioned, the IRS Radio Hour, the Trust Radio Network, and what all of those shows have in common is we are trying to give information out. Yes, it's all about business, but I'm not going to help anybody with this. I can give you lots of information, but I'm not going to make money on this. Just like the PPP program, I was out on the news, on radio shows, telling people about it. I think you should know. I think everybody should know about this program. And if you don't know, now you do. Okay. And if you know someone who runs a restaurant, mention it to them. Ask them if they know about the restaurant revitalization program, and do it today. Do it right away, because this money's going to go. Again, it's 28 some point some billion dollars. I know nowadays we're talking trillions, and that's where the real money is. But $28 billion isn't that much money. Don't fool yourself. It's a lot of money. Okay. So we can, again, it's out there. If you've had a restaurant, and I just mentioned them all, foods, whatever that is, even if you've closed, it's still available for you. So that's where I wanted to go. I want to thank you so much for watching. And remember that we're here for you to answer your questions. You can call me at 312-664-6649. Visit us on the web at chicagotaxteam.com, chicagotaxteam.com. So, and now listen to the IRS Radio Hour every Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock on AM 560, The Answer.